I just sold a property in the Montreal market last week where the asking price for this property was $3,125,000. Now, a lot of the buyers that saw this property were complaining that the asking price was too high because the net income that was in place at approximately $114,000 would not be a great return for them because the cap rate for the property was less than 4%. Meanwhile, the bank interest rates were at around 4.5%. Over here today in the video, I will show you how this was a phenomenal purchase for the purchaser because the seller who was selling the property had the property for many years, and eventually over the next couple of years this purchaser is going to generate tremendous returns on this property once they do what they're supposed to increase the property rents. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Mikhail Kirkjian. I'm a commercial real estate broker and I focus in selling multifamily buildings in the Montreal market. And in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about the sale of this property that sold and notarized last week. The going-in cap rate for this property was a cap rate of less than 4%, something in the range of 3.7%. Net income in place around $114,000. The average rent that was in place right now at the property was something in the range of approximately plus or minus $1,077. But the potential rents for these units of this building, most of the units being 4.5 units or 2-bedroom apartments, was a potential of $1,650. So it means that the purchaser who bought this property with income in place around $113,000 was going to eventually, over the next couple of years, after spending money and updating the units as tenants leave, generate net income that's going to be close to $200,000. It means that today, if the property goes to the bank for financing, the bank was going to be generating financing something in the range of $2.1 million. The asking price was at $3,125,000. The property sold not far from asking price. It means that the purchaser had to put down a down payment of something in the range of 33%, so 1/3 down to buy the property. Now, once the net income has achieved this range of approximately $195,000, what this means is that same property, when it goes back to the bank, it will be easily generating a loan of in the range of $2.8 million. So imagine the property will be able to qualify for a loan of around $2.8 million. Meanwhile, the asking price going in is at $3,125,000. So this was a phenomenal purchase. The seller was very happy because he knows that the property selling today is kind of generating offers at the price that it's worth. And the purchaser was also very happy knowing that over the next couple of years, once they've updated the units, updated the rents, and made the net income go higher, they're going to be able to generate phenomenal financing on this property. To summarize, if you're looking to buy apartment buildings, you want to make sure that the property you're buying has upside in the rents. Obviously, you want to make sure that the property location is good, where there's always going to be demand for this kind of properties. And when there's upside in the rents, you can be doing well over the long run because you'll be able to generate this higher net incomes, get the higher financing, and be able to see great returns in the future, even though you may not be seeing such great returns today at the day of the purchase.